I'm the Evil Toaster. I'm a recovering internet troll, and I wanted to make videos debunking misguided beliefs and dangerous conventional wisdom. Prepare to be toasted. For this, my first video, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do something related to phony social justice or health and nutrition, but luckily there is at least one topic in the middle of that bizarre Venn diagram, the healthy at every size movement. For the sake of this video, fat acceptance and the healthy at every size movement will be seen as essentially the same idea. According to the website for Healthy at Every Size, one of the basic components is challenging scientific and cultural assumptions. That is really the crux of the movement, the challenging of the idea that being overweight is unhealthy and/or unattractive. In the interest of fairness, I will point out that as far as it being attractive or unattractive, there is definitely a cultural element to it. In certain parts of Africa, large women are seen as highly desirable. Even in Western culture, if you go back a few centuries, being fat was seen as a way to signal to the world that you had wealth. We've even slightly moved more towards thicker women recently here in the West as well. And that's not to say that Kim Kardashian is fat. And I will be the first person to point out the distinction between a thick girl and a fat girl. And I love my thick girls. That being said, it is plain ignorance to think that there is not hard science behind the dangers of being overweight. Being overweight is both self-unhealthy and is a symptom of unhealthy behavior. It's amazing that I actually have to say that, right? In fact, I believe in many cases it goes something like this. You make poor dietary and fitness choices, you gain weight. The excess weight causes joint problems, breathing problems, heart problems, and those make it harder to exercise and not be sedentary, and soon you find yourself on a slippery slope. Women can experience this after pregnancy, where it becomes difficult to escape the downward spiral after they've gained the initial weight that they put on during pregnancy. Again, for the sake of being partial, there is a gray area here. If you're 10 pounds overweight, you're probably not at any risk of any serious health effects. And there is such a thing as hypothyroidism, where your thyroid gland doesn't produce enough thyroid to keep your metabolism at a rate that can maintain a healthy weight. There are other hormone imbalances and mental disorders that might make you eat more. There are conditions where people's weight is arguably out of their hands, but at the very least a very uphill battle. And still, it's no excuse to throw up your hands in defeat. That's the real problem with this movement. The tone of this portion of the homepage is so defeatist. Just because people don't like your body or make fun of you doesn't mean you can say, fuck it, I'm healthy and beautiful. You don't get to decide that you're healthy. Blood needs to be delivered to every cell in your body, including adipose tissue. The more you have of it, the more the heart has to work to get blood to all of it, day in and day out. As you get bigger, your joints come under more strain that they were not meant to be under, leading to less activity, which diminishes not only the strength and the durability of those joints, but also of the heart. As you gain more weight, your metabolism is further slowed, as having a poor fat to muscle ratio decreases testosterone and makes the problem even worse. This all amounts to incredible strain on the heart, which has to increase blood pressure and volume exponentially as you gain weight and give it less and less beneficial exercise. And these are just the adverse effects of being overweight itself. This is not to mention some of the common effects of what normally leads to being overweight in the first place, like eating a diet high in sugar, nutrient-poor foods, a diet of highly processed foods, and being sedentary, which itself, I think, is the greatest detriment to health, and I will be making a separate video on this in the future. So in conclusion, I do agree with one idea of this movement, and that is that the media projects an unrealistic standard of beauty and health that is not attainable for everyone. This goes for women as well as men. But being obese should never be encouraged, and it's downright delusional to think that it's healthy. If you know you are overweight and you know it's adversely affecting your health, you need to lose the weight, eat properly, and be as active as possible in your life. It's that simple. That's it, folks. You just got toasted.